Good evening, everybody, and I hope you're all keeping well out there in YouTube land. Just bringing up the YouTube chat there, that's better. Right, let's bring the guys in. Tonight, for your delectation, we've got JP, we've got the Spanner Chucker himself, and we've got Jake. We may well have Dale coming in as well, but he's not here. Oh, hang on. Sugar's just gone all mental.
That was awesome.
Can't be done.
That was awesome.
Right then.
Yeah.
Something just fell down there. Don't know what that was. Oh, I better move that.
Give it another hour and a half, mate. It might be me.
There we go. Don't want that getting burnt. Anyway, right, I'm back. What we're doing tonight, I'll just change camera and show you. See which one's the best. Is that going to be the best one? Yeah, there we go. So I've got a nice piece of spalted beech on the lathe tonight. Measures around about 13-inch diameter by, I'm sure it's about 5 inches, just over 5 inches deep. So this is going to be a fairly plain and simple salad bowl for a customer.
Ooh, that's deep.
So it's deep. Yeah, yeah, it's
sure
deep
is
too.
a big beach.
Turn that a bit fast.
Ooh.
Right, turning that at about 750 I've got on there. Just before it starts bouncing all over the place. So I'm just going to start doing some shaping on this, I think.
Yeah, that's the one.
yeah.
Straight in. Smash straight in. Right then. So from the top, who have we got in? Let's have a look. When my chat decides to behave. Right, we've got Lawrence Aldrich in, Gerard the French Turner. Oh, that caught me out then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we? Gerard the French Turner. Brian Watkins. We got Joey from Steel Blade Woodworks.
Ah, there we go. Hey, Dale's there.
He's in, out, shaking all about.
Hello, boys.
How you doing?
How you doing? Can I give a big shout out to Mrs. Kirkwood who made me 3 lawn sausage rolls for dinner?
Well done.
Ooh.
Well
Nice.
done. Although I must say, where was the rest of us?
Well, you see, the thing is that by the time you guys get here, even if she had made them, I'd eat them.
Well,
By the time I flown from Fiji, they would have gone mouldy.
Yeah. That's when you just say, hey, she was going to make you some, but then she didn't.
Yeah, but then she didn't. It's terrible. Right, we've also got John Scarborough in, Brian Watkins. Go down a bit further. Oh, we've got a Jake Thompson in. I don't know if anybody knows the guy called Jake Thompson.
Nope.
He's got a lovely YouTube channel. You might want to pop over at some point and watch it. We've got
Especially
Door
tonight.
60. Yeah, especially tonight.
Yeah.
We got Susie Swisswood Turner, Shane Hurst, Mark and Gentleman Wood Turner. Evening, Mark. Evening. Who else we got? We got the man himself, the Blue Light Tumbler, as Dale would say.
What's up?
How you doing?
We got David from Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations.
Oh,
Who else we got? Who else?
I'll just mark out for the mortise on this.
We got Robert Dolman. Hi, Robert. And my chat is going really, really weird. It's either going zooming through or very slow. I think I might need a reboot. Philip Clements, Billy
There's
Brown.
just lots of beautiful people.
There are lots and lots of beautiful people. Michael McEwen, how you doing? Barry Chitty. We got Ashley. Ashley.
We've also got Mr. Glenn Senior himself.
How you doing? And Chris Schwind is in.
Hey.
Hey,
What's up, Chris?
Tony Smith. Woodworm Paul.
Oh,
Evening,
yes.
evening. Clint at Wood Dancers. Oh, shot past there. David Birch.
What's up, Dave?
Hi, David.
How you doing, David?
Withy Woodshed and Nick Castle. And Hodgepodge Woodworks. He's, I think he's referring to your sausage there, Dale.
Yes, but he thought I said lawn as in grass.
Yes.
No, lawn.
Bonnie's in. Evening, Bonnie.
However,
Hi, Bonnie.
however, lawn sausage is quite funny. We might just run with that at some stage.
There's no shortage of jokes in that.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley says, I do not think I've ever had a sausage roll. What? Say what?
So we can. What I do is go find a hot dog stand, right, and just kind of find a hell and roll it down, right? That'll be fine. Wayne. Wayne.
Hello. Hello.
That's huge. That's huge, Wayne. And I mean the bowl.
Huge. It certainly is a big beach.
Martin Breach is in and he says to Joey, hello, Homie Depot.
Homie Depot has to stick.
It's stuck. Jennifer's Crafting Creations. Good evening. Good evening, all.
How are you doing?
Oh, I've got a little bit of a ridge there. I'll have to get rid of.
Chris Charlton as well. How you doing, Chris? I think we're up to date, but I'll be honest, I can't tell with this chap.
Right, let's
If
go.
I've missed anyone, I do apologise. Oh, look at those markings.
Nice, isn't it?
Yes.
The beautiful beach.
What are we going to do? Paint it white?
Yeah.
I see a brown bowl and I want to paint it white.
Oh, did you say Glyn was in?
Yes, Glyn's in.
Glyn,
Yes, sir.
Glyn, can you message me your PayPal again, please, so I can order some more grit?
Malcolm Douglas is in and Paul Kavanagh as well.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Hodgepodge is saying, are you not inclined to core this blank, Wayne?
I was inclined to core it, but to tell you the truth, I've got my McNaughton coring system set up for the VB, and I haven't gotten around to get it set up for this lathe yet. So not tonight. But I have got some more of this. I've got at least another 2 big bowls from this particular piece of wood. This piece of wood, by the way, I got from a friend of mine, Di Prout, who lives down in Sheffield. Jamie and Scott actually brought it up the last time they were up. They'd popped in to see Wayne of the Big Feet, who had it as his place, and they brought it up for me, and it was bloody huge. It was about 26 inch square by about 6 inch deep at its deepest. So I'm able to get about 4 bowls out of this.
Nice.
Nice.
But the way I've cut this, I've actually cut this from the I'll not get another bowl blank out of this, but I'll get a couple of spindles, because I've cut this from the center of the blank, because that's where the majority of the spalting was.
Yeah. Joey says, Wayne, that's a big beach. Leave it, keep it classy.
So we had a guy out a few weeks ago to fix some slates on the roof and do a bit of cleaning up on the roof as well. And he saw some of me work and he was wanting a salad bowl done. So this is going to be it.
Nice. Brian's in.
That
Evening,
that's not
Brian.
that's not a salad bowl, Wayne. That's an entire farm.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, just make me a little tiny itty bitty salad bowl, please.
I turn the speed down
Actually,
a bit.
that would have
I'll
been
just
better
put
as a market garden. So hey, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just a little bit worried about tossing a salad in that one.
Oh my!
Mm.
Paul Kavanagh says, "Jeepers, he must love salad."
Well, it can be. It doesn't have to be a salad bowl. It can be a fruit bowl. I'm making it as a salad bowl because I've actually curved the top back in, and you will find the main difference between fruit bowls and salad bowls is salad bowls get curved in at the top to keep the salad in, where fruit bowls tend to be more open to show the fruit off.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Ashley's asked her butler to ask a question. The question is, why add texture to the mortise?
Because
cool.
I like it.
Ashley,
Awesome.
because he can.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
And Joey said, "That's a Joey bowl."
Can't be Joey's bowl. It's not orange yet.
Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it?
You've just read it as well, ain't you?
Now, again, a lot of the bowls that I do tend to be decorative, so they have a fairly narrow base. Whereas with a salad bowl, fruit bowl, you want it to be fairly stable, so it tends to have a wider base.
So a couple of things that are important to note. The Garage Avenger's in, and he would like you to show off your fruit.
He says
Sorry?
there's nothing wrong with showing off
The
your
Garage
fruit.
Avenger's in, he would like you to show off your fruit.
Oh, Justin.
Hodgepodge says, kind of like wearing sexy underwear to make the bottom look nicer.
All the help we can get.
Jeff Crone might say. Y'all may remember I'm looking to get a lathe and starting turning myself. If I get a lathe with a slow speed of 750 RPM, what shouldn't I do at that speed?
Buy it.
Yeah, buy it.
That's
What
for a slow speed.
what shouldn't you do with a minimum speed of 750? Minimum speed of 750. I take it that's probably going to be a Reeves drive, in which case it's not going to be a very big, stable lathe. So turning something like this at 750, although I can, because this is a heavy-duty lathe, I wouldn't be trying to turn something this big.
Yeah.
Proper Owl's in. How you doing, buddy?
All right.
And Jen
Probably
Smith's in.
Probably the biggest wish I had on my lathe that it would go slower, and its slowest is at 600. So
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth.
I've got the Axminster. I think the slowest it goes is just over 500, if I remember right.
Right, I've got a little bit of tear out on there that I'm not happy about.
The
And it
slowest
won't-
mine goes is 0 if you don't turn it on.
Tear out with traditional tools. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, it happens.
Hey.
Not as much as what it does with carbides, but it happens.
Oh.
Oh no, we are
Just
going to
stop.
start this
Just
debate.
Just
Aren't we?
stop it. Just stop.
I've got a very similar sort of comment on one of my videos. And it's still a bowl.
Still a bowl.
Yeah. Oh, get
David
me
Birch is saying, is that sand on that beach?
The other reason it's happening, or one of the main reason that the tear out is happening, is because when I'm turning from the center of the bowl up towards the outside of the bowl at the bottom of this, I'm actually going with the grain, so I'm pushing the fibers down. But when I turn around and start going in towards the center at the top of the bowl, I'm actually going into the end grain, which is causing the tear out. That's why it's happening.
That's good to know, though.
Yeah.
Let's get a different piece of razor on that.
Ben Jamin is pondering when he says, I always wonder why manufacturers produce lathes that don't go slower than 500. I get that it's probably to do with cost, but you think the safety aspect would be an issue?
Well, I mean, you're talking now about lathes that have variable speed, whether it's manual variable speed like you have with the Reeves drive, or electronic variable speed like I've got here. But a lot of lathes prior to the mid 80s, I would say, actually came where you had to change the belt on different pulleys. And they didn't go down to be very slow. It was only the big industrial lathes, like Watkins and things like this, that had a variable speed on that. And even then, that wasn't electronic.
Wayne B and Valerie have joined the chat. Evening, guys.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
That's that one.
Want that one?
Want that one. Want that one. I've got this one.
Might drive up and get that one. Brent,
I found me other drilly deal.
Ooh.
What, you knew?
Where was
Drilly?
it, sir? Where
The
was
new
it?
one. It was hiding behind a piece of wood.
Piece of wood, you say?
Drilly had been threatening it with menaces. Don't you dare steal the show. Make yourself
Yeah.
scarce. Go on, do one. I want to one, do one.
Drilling through it there.
So I'll finish the outside of this with wax. And I'll finish the inside
Andy's
with
in.
a food safe finish.
How you doing, Andy?
I must message
So-
Guy and tell him that this is a very nice piece of Spalted Beech.
So there's a couple of things. At the top of the chat, Wayne has a buy me a coffee, which is really buy him a wine, which is really buy him some sanding sealer, which
Nice.
is using now. Which is actually
Which
buy
should
him a
be
wine.
arriving tomorrow.
Hold on, what's sanding sealer for?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
God.
better
Very
answer
good.
that first. Ash is out there.
Yeah, she can.
Actually,
she can
Say
she
it
can
twice
talk,
because Ash is out there.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to send Ash a personal message explaining the use of sanding sealer.
Ashley reckons you've got beautiful wood, Wayne.
Oh, thank you, Ashley.
Zip
You
it out,
reckon?
Wayne.
Don't tell anybody about the video, though.
And secondly, Mr. Jake Thompson has a premiere coming up right after Wayne's at 9:30 for all you resin lovers out there and
Yeah.
resin accessories.
Have you put the
Very- I'm
put the
just
link
about
in the
to.
description? Okay, grand.
I'm just about to. So there's a link. It's all about resin and resin accessories.
Yeah, it's how to make pretty colors instead of ugly colors.
On the 26th of March, folks, we will be running another virtual crafty on the 26th. We're looking for brand new talent whenever we can. So if you fancy having a go and being on the Virtual Craft Festival, message Jamie Page. Get your name over, and let's try and get you guys on the crafty. Come on, you guys can do it. Let's have your names, and we'll get you guys on the crafty, so you can show everybody how good you are, what you're up to, what the favorite things to turn are. Worst thing can happen is you can have a laugh. Go on, drop Mr. Page a note, volunteer, and have some fun with everybody on the day.
And even if you're not a turner,
especially if you're not a turner.
That's what I was going to say. And honestly, especially if you're not a turner.
But don't let that discourage turners.
No, we just want new people.
And live shows go smoothly sometimes, and sometimes the roof caves in, huh, Jamie?
Shut up, Jake.
Well, you still get through it, is the point.
Yeah. Hashtag.
Doug Miller's in. He says he's a little bit under the weather, so he won't be chatting, but he wanted to say hello.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Hello to you too, Doug.
Doug,
Hope you're feeling better soon.
I'll just let you know, Doug, I've been trying to send off your package for 2 days now, and UPS still haven't picked it up.
UPS.
I will send you a message as soon as they do their jobs.
Lewis is in. Lewis.
Hey, Lewis.
What's up, Lou?
I'm just working the Yorkshire grit in.
Work it.
Now I'm going to speed it up a bit. Get a clean piece and put that on the floor.
Work it.
So
Martin says it will be in a ditch soon. With hands that feel pity, can be soft as your face. With light brown, Yorkshire gritty.
Well done, that man. Jumped in there.
Beautiful.
He took the reins and off he went. Well done.
Susie, the Swiss woodturner, says, question. How much pressure do you use for rubbing in the Yorkshire grit, and how much for the wax afterwards?
Right, you don't have to use a lot of pressure, especially with the Yorkshire grit. As long as you've got some pressure on it, right. I'll see if I can do an example.
Just quick, Wayne. You've got a video on how to use Yorkshire grit, do you not?
I do, yes.
There we go.
You don't press on hard enough to get white knuckles. Okay, you just put the paper on and let the paper do its work. With Yorkshire grit, it's got an abrasive within the wax and the mineral oil, and it's the abrasive that actually does the sanding. And it's the same with when you're applying wax as well. You don't want to apply a hell of a lot of pressure with wax, because if you do that, you just end up taking the wax off rather than heating it up and letting it soak in to the wood. And with a lot of waxes, you're better off actually putting it on, giving it a light buff to start with, and then going back after about 10-15 minutes once any of the forgetting the word
residue.
I've just put a link to your Yorkshire grit video in the chat, Wayne.
Once, cheers, Jamie. Once any of the solvents have evaporated, you can go back and do another buff over the wax, which should bring the shine up. And you don't have to just stick with one layer of wax. You can put more than one layer on. Sometimes I will use Wood Wax 22 from Chestnut Products as a base coat, and then I'll use the microcrystalline wax as a top coat. But tonight, I'm just going to use the microcrystalline wax. And the reason I use microcrystalline wax, especially on pieces that are going to be handled a lot, is that it does resist fingerprints and things like this in being handled. So it's a hardware and wax.
Right, Wood Wizardry by Colin's in. Evening, mate.
Hey, Colin.
Roy's the boys also in. And Benjamin has an announcement to make. He said his chasers have arrived today, so he's going to be screwing all weekend.
Lovely.
Lovely.
AGK's in. Evening. Wax on, wax off, he says. Oh,
Ashley's inquiring what kind of bikini wax do you use when... Sorry, micro wax do you use?
I use the Chestnut Products microcrystalline wax, but you don't have to get it from Chestnut Products. Other firms will do them. I'm sure there's places in the States where you can get it from.
Wax on your nuts.
Yeah, you can also get budgie smuggler wax as well.
Ashley says, Ben, make sure you lube up. Don't get raw over there. And the Garage Avenger, Justin, says, I plan to be screwing all weekend too.
Ooh, that's always the plan. It doesn't go.
John's in from Jigsy's Shed. How you doing, buddy?
Johnny boy, Johnny boy. Roy's the boys in too.
What's up, Roy?
How you doing?
Right, let's see how many of these screws I can snap.
7.
I was going to go for 4.
1.
Tonight, Matthew, I don't think you'll break any of them.
By goodness.
Well, I'm out of the running already.
Oh my goodness. Well, you better snap all of these or I'm out. I lose.
Good so far.
Bonnie's telling us that her co-workers are wondering what she's laughing at.
Imagine that. Imagine getting paid.
I'll
to
be
watch
honest,
plays
I'm
as
wondering
well.
what you're laughing at as well.
You're trying to blame it on us.
Roy wants to know what size it is, Wayne.
Winner, winner.
Woohoo!
That's a bit personal, isn't it?
Well,
It's about 13 inches by about 5.5 deep, something like that.
But only on a warm day.
good job.
But only on a warm day. Yeah, tonight is particularly cold, so it's nowhere near that size. Make sure that's missing.
Bowles is asking you a question, Wayne. He says,
Yeah.
what do you do when you snap a screw? How do you get it out?
Well, what I do, right, where with the screw holes are there, okay, I'll just mark that. Screw holes are around about there. Yep, spot on. So what I'll usually do is get my parting tool and I'll go down either side like that with the parting tool, or using the diamond tool and doing the same thing. Probably easier with the diamond tool. Go down either side. Then in at that side as well. Until I can get down far enough so I can actually chip away at some of the wood and then use a pair of pliers to try and screw the screw out.
That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
It has happened to me on a live before.
Yeah, I remember. It was the only time when it took Wayne nearly an hour to make something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's because he sat down for half hour.
Probably spent the other half hour explaining sanding sealer.
Yeah.
Right. I've still got a bit of a dip here where the chainsaw cut was. I've still got a bit to take off this yet.
Susie Swiss Turner would like to know how many times are you reusing the faceplate screws? until they break or a certain amount of times, and then replace.
Right, with these ones, these are just basic ordinary wood screws. I'd probably use these twice. But what I also do, whenever I'm using a faceplate ring or using a faceplate, I always do a pilot drill. I always pilot drill a hole first before I use the screw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hodgepodge says it happened to him on his very first live. Ooh.
Ooh.
It's not what happens though, it's how you recover, Hodge. I hope you
Yep.
hope you got round it, mate. Ashley. Shut up, Jake. I've never used standing filler.
Wayne, Jennifer's Crafting Creation says, "Evening, babes."
Hey, how you doing?
I take it Mark must be in then.
No, I can't see him.
All right. Cheers, Jennifer. Don't tell Mark.
Ash is
Mark, yeah, Mark's in.
Mark's up there. Ashley's saying, "Jen, can I have a virtual hug, please? I'm getting picked on."
Who's picking on you, Ashley? It wasn't me.
I don't know. She has a guilty conscience or something.
Ashley's saying, "Evening, Jennifer. Thanks, Jen. Jake, I know that's not a hug."
Of course it is. Part of it.
My aim's not very good. I'm trying to get some gratuitous shavings going at the camera.
I don't seem to have a problem with that when I do a live.
Ashley says her dad warned her about men. Oh dear.
We've already had the 5-hour-long lecture.
Brilliant man. Brilliant man.
Martin says, Ashley, nobody ever picks on you. We don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Look at that.
Ben Jones says you only had to pick on the earworms. Isn't that right, Jamie, you plonker?
Got him.
This is what I'm going to do so now. I'm going to question Jake. Jake, what's a plonker?
I'm thinking it's something like a W with an anchor on the end of it.
You know,
A very much a watered down version.
Like this, yes.
Rodney, you plonker.
Just like that.
Very much a watered down version.
Ashley wants to know what a plonker is.
Well, there are two possibilities.
Yeah,
Ashley.
you know, I was just going to say that, Dale.
There's two possibilities. Ashley.
Call you a plonker.
One of them is a name for an individual who's a bit silly, who's a little silly, a little daft, as we say. The other is a name for gentleman sausage.
Hey Wayne. Hey Wayne.
Sausage.
Hey Wayne.
As opposed to a lady guy.
Wayne, change camera.
Oh, change camera. Why didn't you tell us?
We just did.
Being
All
polite.
right.
All right.
All right, bear with me a minute. Just got to.
So
gonna-
anyway, I forgot to tell you, Martin. I've got you a new title. You now have an official title, and it's the Ditch Finder General. You know.
He's find a general.
You can take that to the bank. Pop it on a shirt. Good
Post it,
point.
I throw it.
Good point, Scott. Come on, guys, whack some thumbs up if you're enjoying it.
And whack some thumbs up even if you're not.
All right, John, we'll catch you later, mate. Jigsy's got
See you later, mate.
Donna's in. Hello, Donna.
How you doing?
Did that CH Bespoke come through the door earlier on?
Yes, Andy.
Yeah, he was in there, yeah. He was, yeah.
I think he's still here. I haven't seen him for a bit, but yeah.
Hello, Donna.
Remember, a week on Saturday, I will be doing the draw for the 4,000 sub giveaway.
Going to be a picture of a baby seal.
So if you haven't entered yet, go over and watch my live stream from last Saturday. Become a subscriber if you're not. Make a comment on the video and include the word mint in the comment.
Yeah, Andy's still here. He said he's listening to football as well. Fair play to you.
Oh, we're getting some streamer action.
That's it.
Should be in 3D.
Justin says YouTube broke after all the thumbs up I just gave.
Woohoo! Now, just so you know, Wayne, you have 86 beautiful, amazing, wonderful human beings watching you on this fine Wednesday.
Thanks, guys.
However, only 45 of them appreciate what you're doing. So come on, folks, hit that thumbs up if you like what Wayne's doing. You know what I mean? And if you really, really like what he's doing, go to the top of the chat and click that buy him a coffee. It's really a wine. Buy him a coffee to say thank you for all the hard work. It's really a wine. And for putting on all these live shows for our amusement over the many weeks he's done so far. But go on, buy him a coffee. Who knows? He might actually buy himself a coffee with it.
Not flavoured.
If you're new to the chat, you could also subscribe and hit that notification bell. In fact, if you're new to the chat, if you've been to the chat before, hit that notification bell anyway. Make sure you get notified of all the content the Wood Jedi himself produces. Some of it is even sweary words free. Woo!
I think that's a pretty good question Ben had. Said, Wayne, what is better, something that is mint or something that is champion?
They're about the same. Champion and mint.
That's on event. That was
Colin Izzard says, what grind have you got on that tool you're using?
45.
In the year 45.
When man was still alive. Oh, we've discovered that Donna's a fussy eater.
well, sounds like she's on a hunger strike.
Tells us she's allergic to mint.
You just don't like the other stuff.
You're allergic to mint? That's menthol, that is.
Oh, my
Oh my
life.
God.
Good night, folks. Good night. Oh,
Steak pie. Oh, I've got to agree with Donna there. Nice.
Lawn sausage and Sichuan sauce. I'm telling you, it's a food of the future.
Well, you know what we're making tomorrow, Dale, don't you? We're having a crack at the Scotch pies.
Oh, yes.
Go on.
Yeah, we're having a crack at them tomorrow.
Not Kelly pies, though. Scotch pies.
Scotch pies.
Yeah,
Not Kelly
Scotch
pies, though.
I followed that woman on YouTube, and she made it look so easy. I thought, you know what? That is
Make sure you
well
get the
worth
right
it.
amount of spice in them, mate. They've got to have a little bit of a zing to them.
Yes, mate. Yeah, I've got that mace, sorry, and marjoram. That's what she said to use, so we'll give it a go.
Yep. Just a little bit of zing, and it makes all the difference.
Oh, yes. Benjamin says, "Oh my God, get out! Pork pies are the dog's testes."
Badgers.
This is not pork pies. This is Scotch pies.
Badger, mushroom.
That's the one. African steak. Roy's the boy says, "Wayne, do you have a coring knife set?"
Yes, I do.
But it's set up on your other machine, isn't it, on the VB?
I've got the McNaughton system coring set.
Joey says fajitas on the El Disco.
El
Disco.
Disco.
Uh-oh, food fight started. Donna has slapped Dale with a custard pie.
Ooh.
I've seen things. I've seen them with my eyes. I've seen things. They're often in disguise. Like carrots, handbags, cheese, toilets, Russians, planets, hamsters, weddings, poets, Stalin, Kuala Lumpur, picnics, budgies, Kuala Lumpur. I've seen things. I've seen them with my... Sorry, guys. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Roy, he explained earlier on before you came in, so I'll just let you know he was going to, but his coring system is set up on the other lathe, the big lathe, the VB, so it was going to be a lot of faffing about. But he has got a little bit more of this stuff.
Is that wet wood, Wayne? You're going to have to let it sit?
It's actually fairly dry. I don't know when I actually cut this, but it's quite dry.
The guy who delivered the pellets tonight goes and collects logs and things. He's going to be a useful chap to know. You and I may have to go and meet him a couple of times to help ourselves to some timber from various sources and various trees.
Nice.
Spirit and Bear have joined the chat.
Flooring.
That's the one. You got it.
Or both.
Hello.
And Ben says he accidentally bought a steak and kidney pie a few months ago and had to bin it. Why? Why indeed?
I've seen things. I've seen them with my eyes.
Always said there was something peculiar about him.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen things are often in disguise.
Oh, that's fighting, that is. That's fighting. Look at that.
Leah's in.
What's up, Leah?
And Alex of Wooden Things is in.
Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi, peeps.
We have 92 people in, Wayne. Let's see if we can get it to
Oh,
100.
brilliant!
Show it your friends,
Absolutely
show your
brilliant.
family, show your enemies if you don't like them.
94, and to be upfront and
Yeah.
sincere, it's all going well, said Rhubarb. Too well, said Custard.
Scott said, just like to put it out there that Jamie's mum makes the best steak pies.
There's some evidence to support that.
Yeah, I've got some evidence to
She-
support that.
She's got her own fan club.
There's a
Yes,
shirt
she
to
does.
prove it.
She's got her own T-shirt.
Yeah.
So I've got a wall thickness on this of around about. Oh, hang on, there's a ridge there.
Ben says,
Come.
kidney, liver, heart, any of that crap belongs in the bin.
No, Ben, you are totally wrong there. I'm afraid. Sorry to
That's
disagree with you.
That's where you just go, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Get it in there. Ashley says, y'all are making me hungry. Well, send the butler out to make you something, Ashley. Come on.
Blame it on us.
Blame it on the butler. Don't blame it on the sunshine.
You have 60
Blame
thumbs
it
up.
on the
you win.
butler.
Yes, blame it on the butler. You all are making me hungry, she says. At the top of the chat, boys and girls, speaking of food-like substances, you can say thank you to Wayne for all the hard work he puts into to put on these live shows by clicking that link and buying the man a coffee. He'll probably buy wine with it, but you could buy him a coffee, but he'll probably buy wine with it. Who knows? He may even buy a coffee with it. But if you buy him a coffee, he will, of course, say thank you to you personally. And you'll be helping him continue to produce these wonderful shows for you every Wednesday, every Friday lunchtime, and of course the chaos that is the Saturday night show. So go on. Please, 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 thank you to him. Buy the man a coffee.
Gerald the French Turner says, Ben, that's sacrilege. When I was young, my aunt was feeding us with fried calves brains, pan-fried in butter. Gorgeous.
David Nickel's in the chat. Evening.
You have 95 glorious, wonderful human beings
Woohoo!
watching you.
I believe I can fly. And he did.
That was awesome.
Remember, Shug, the secret to flying is throwing yourself at the ground and then distracting yourself sufficiently at the end of the fall so as you miss.
Actually, went fried calves brains. Says, luckily there's no vegans out there. You know, I know that? They haven't told me.
Have you got against folk from a planet orbiting Vega that you'd want to single them out, Jamie? I mean, just because they're aliens. Just because they're aliens.
Vicky's, most of Vicky's families are vegans and vegetarians.
They're all, most of Vicky's family's aliens.
Hold on. Joey's on about mountain oysters again. Didn't I hear something? No. Stop it, Joey. That's what I think it is.
Oh, Joey. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Gerard says, Ben,
Joey's talking balls again.
Oh, nuts.
Ben, try a curry of chicken gizzards.
Take yourself out. Give yourself a slap. Also in the description for this particular show, you'll find a link to Wayne the Woodturner's link tree, where you can find all manner of Wayne-related social media type shenanigans and merch. So you can always follow that link and buy yourself a mint T-shirt. Or I believe there was rumours of various other mint type stuff. Paul his friend's mum once served his vegan girlfriend vegetable soup. She later admitted it was made with chicken stock.
I've had kangaroo steak before.
Yeah,
Kangaroo.
They have a food festival down in the town where I live every year.
I've also had ostrich burger as well.
Yeah, I've had horse before.
Horse.
A burger called horse.
He got over that. He thought it was man flu, but he's just a bit horse.
I got it from Tesco's in one of their burgers.
John Braden says, good evening, John. Pig's meat cooked slowly with loads of root vegetables. Rodney Trotter.
Come on, folks. If you're new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button.
Hodgepodge says, does Brian know you ate a horse?
Brian. A boy called Brian.
There we go. Right, what finish am I going to put on this?
Lemon
Why
oil.
do you always, wait. Why do you have to put a finish on it? Can't you put a start on it?
No.
What
Right,
is
so
that?
what I'm using now is chestnut food safe finish. So I've used Yorkshire grit and wax on the outside, and I'm using food safe finish on the inside. You can use other stuff. I've got some of this as well, which is Ronseal worktop oil, which is antibacterial. So I could have used that as well, and you can pick that up from, certainly in the UK, from the likes of Wix, Homebase, B&Q, places like that. Not too sure about the States.
We don't have a BOQ here.
What? It's a lie.
Wayne, Roy's asking, is that a commission bowl?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It sure is.
It is.
And Brian's asking, who's eating horses? I can hear it now.
I can just imagine Brian walking around his property going, "This is my horse. My horse is amazing."
It tastes like raisins.
Question. Can you buy it at Home Depot? Asks the blue light tumbler.
I am not too sure.
Joey,
Joey.
I'll have to ask Louis about that.
He knows their whole inventory.
Joey.
Which aisle?
Ashley says her butler cooks for her, so she has no idea what's in the thing she eats.
Jamie has his loyalty card barcode tattooed on his forearm.
Yeah.
I'll ask Jeeves if he knows how to cook sweetbreads. I think right now he only knows how to cook pepperoni pizza.
At the depot.
And his wallet cried.
Right, and seeing as how the
Susie's asked a question. Did you answer this one already?
Don't know.
Right. Why do you not put sanding sealer and Yorkshire grit underneath the food safe finish?
right, because the sand and sealer, although the acrylic is water based, I'm not wanting it. It isn't actually certified in the UK as being food safe. Yorkshire grit isn't certified as being food safe, and neither is the wax that I use either. So seeing as how this is going to be primarily used for food, that's why I'm just putting the food safe finish straight onto the bowl.
Oh. There you go.
And what I'm going to do now, seeing as how the solvents have had a chance to evaporate from the outside, I've just got a buffing wheel. There it is on my drill. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the shavings out of it.
So for all them people that enjoy the old resin and resin accessories, Jake has a premiere coming up in 35 minutes. There's a link to that I've just posted into the chat.
Ben says, I also don't eat lamb, it smells weird. And Gerard has replied with, Ben, it is not the lamb which smell weird, but you, I think. And Roy's asked a question as well. Is it washable, Wayne?
When you talk about washable, I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher. Okay.
Okay.
On the inside, obviously, because you're going to have salad in here, you're probably going to have salad dressing in here. Yeah. All I'd actually do on the inside is maybe give it a wipe over with a damp cloth and then put some more oil on it. On the outside, I'd just basically give it another wipe over with wax every 6 months or so.
A bit like a cutting board.
Yeah.
Actually says lamb is a little gamey. So throwing balls at it then.
No, it's not. Lamb is not gamey at all. You don't know what you're talking about, Ashley, as usual.
Yeah,
Come
shut
on.
up, Ashley.
Ashley had a
Poor
little
Ashley.
lamb. She
Poor
thought it
Ashley.
was silly. She threw it up
How?
into the air and caught. Sorry, we'll leave that one.
How dare you, Jamie?
Right, here we go. Got shavings in it already. There you go,
Colin
guys.
says, I thought you couldn't use spalted wood for food use
Not with that attitude.
Well, you
can't.
thought I didn't? Or in general?
in general.
Right, in general, what you've got to realise is once spalted wood is dried out, it's probably stopped spalting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was another thing about, and I've said this quite a few times, about using yew for food use. And there's a wood turner down in the West Country, and his name's gone. It's the guy who does the stinging bowls. Oh, God, what's his name?
Isn't it all of the seeds and that they consider poisonous?
No, well, the thing is, there was a string on one of the wood turning pages on Facebook about yew and poisonous and shouldn't be used for food use. And he
Jimmy's
turned
not
around and said,
poisonous.
and he turned round and said that he's used a yew cereal bowl for the past 30 years without any problems. So, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wrong eye. That one. That's it.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
That
Brent-
one?
and that one.
Brent,
Right,
Brent
so there it
Bancroft.
is. Spalted Beech Bowl, 13-inch by about 5-inch. Ready to go.
Nice, mate.
Nice. Brent Beecroft says he likes lamb shanks, and there's a lot of talk about lamb going on in the chats here.
Shank, 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 shank.
Now, what's
Lamb
good,
is-
what's good to
right.
have with lamb is mint. So,
It
it's
is.
lamb and mint.
Now, the other thing to realise is the lamb, it's not gamey at all. It obviously comes from a young animal, seeing as how it's lamb. It's less than a year old, the animal, when it's slaughtered. The best tasting meat from sheep is either hogget, which is between 1 and 2 years old when it's slaughtered, or mutton. And that's a sheep that is over 2 years old when it's slaughtered. They've got the best tasting, the best flavour of any of the lamb sheep dishes. So there.
Mutton. We all know about mutton.
I do a lot of cooking as well, by the way. Right, I'll bring the guys in. There we go. Right, it's it's 5-2. In fact, it's
Guys,
1-5-2. I'll have to get a
Bias
quick
K,
one.
Wayne.
You
Hey?
have to get a wriggle on.
Bias K.
Yes, with the singing bowls. Tobias K.
Tobias here, that's him.
That was Ben that threw that up for us, mate.
Thanks, Ben. Right,
And Mark
one
was
last
doing
look.
it as
There you go. And I'm going to hit the button because I've got to go in the house and get ready to watch Jake at 9:30. So I will catch everybody on Friday lunchtime. Bye for now, everybody.
Chicky boy.